You also plan to make important investments to address the roadway safety crisis, including the critical funding that would accelerate the development, and this is an area I've written to you about, of the use of female dummies in crash testing. This will start to fight the gender inequity among vehicle safety and crash victims. And you know what? They got scared because President Musk told them, President Musk said, don't do it. Don't do it. Shut the government down.
House members apparently will pass the latest version of a stopgap measure. Let's get more on where things stand on Capitol Hill with senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram. Good evening, Chad.
Good evening, Rich. Well, right now this vote is on in the House of Representatives, and this vote is not final, but this bill is going to pass. They needed a minimum of 290 yeas. Right now they're up in the 360s, so this bill will in fact pass the House of Representatives. Now, the House wove together three bills into one: an interim spending bill to avoid a shutdown tonight, emergency money for farmers, and $110 billion in disaster aid. Listen.
So the Christmas thing
Governing by
worked.
continuing resolution, Mr. Speaker, is never ideal. The alternative, a government shutdown, would be devastating.
This bill that we're discussing right now has no such bipartisan input. This was no deal or no agreement, except for among a small group of House Republicans.
It's an interim spending bill. That means all old money is simply renewed. That's hard for the military since the Pentagon gets the most money spent by Congress.
My preference is just pass the damn appropriations bills. CRs are terrible. And speaking as the ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee, they are devastating to the Defense Department. Over half the discretionary budget. They don't get to plan for the future.
Some Republicans privately mulled a government shutdown, but outgoing Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell argued against that tactic.
I don't care to count how many times I've reminded our colleagues and our House counterparts how harmful it is to shut the government down. When you try to use normal government function as a bargaining chip, you pay a political price.
Fiscal conservatives groused about unpaid money to respond to natural disasters like hurricanes in Florida and North Carolina.
Most estimates for North Carolina have been at $50 billion. Why are we doing $110 billion? I mean, maybe we could do $50 billion and ask again in a month or two whether it's being wisely spent or whether people are stealing the money from us. And so just larding out the money without doing any kind of conscious pay for it is a mistake.
The government funding episode underscores the headaches facing House Speaker Mike Johnson. He has a smaller majority next year.
I think the equivalent of what Mike Johnson has had to do over the last couple of weeks is like trying to eat a live porcupine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he has eaten the porcupine.
The porcupine has been consumed.
Now, this vote is still open. It should be closed momentarily here, and we're waiting for the actual vote count. But this bill will pass the House of Representatives. It is then on to the Senate to sync up, perhaps later tonight. The deadline is midnight. Rich?
Chad, it looked like this bill got some pretty solid support from Democrats here. Democrats still control the Senate at least for another few weeks. Do we expect the same result over there in the Senate?
Anytime you see a vote of this caliber, that many yeas, it's probably going to get through the other chamber here. In fact, it's just a question of time. We wonder how long they will take, but probably you could see a vote of 70 or 80 yeas on this bill in the Senate later tonight.
Is this the kind of thing where one senator can hold up the whole thing and make this go for a few days, or this close to the holidays, we don't expect that one of the 100 would do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You could have that happen because, again, you have to get unanimous consent and agreement to step on the gas and get around all the Senate procedures. Anybody could do that and really.
Okay, let's discuss it a little bit.
One senator better not F this up.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of mixed emotions from people on X right now.
People not happy about this getting passed.
Well, they said they changed it up again.
That's what I'm saying. I thought there was a lot of yeses from Republicans.
Because they changed it up.
There was also some no's from Republicans. You saw that?
Yeah, it's no Democrat. That's what people are saying.
No Democrat said no.
That's a problem.
And 34, but 170 Republicans say yes. This is congressman, right?
Yeah,
what did Byron say?
I think they changed
Is that public record?
Vivek and Elon were acting like
they wasn't good.
No,
It was good.
Well, Vivek was saying, the real work lies ahead. So he was all like, even though this might not be.
He a Bill Belichick, Nick Saban type coach. Like, we won the ball game, but yeah, we got to get ready for North Shore next week.
This is not exactly what we wanted, but it's going to be okay for now. Let's just not shut the government down, basically.
Yeah. I think the Christmas thing low-key did help because, like, just a couple days ago, they were all very divided about the bills. And then the fact that they come together are like, all right, y'all, let's get this bill done. Let's retype it up, cut it down, and let's get it done.
Hey, everybody, Tim Burchett. I did my usual video as I left the House floor, but it was terrible, and I wasn't prepared. Didn't have a lot of the great details in it I wanted to give y'all. I voted against it. We said we were going to do separate bills. That's what everybody wanted. Dadgum, of course, we didn't do it. We loaded it all up together. There was $5.7 billion in there for submarines. There was $100 million for the Coast Guard. Not sure what that was in there. There was the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Remember the bridge in Maryland got hit by a barge, and the barge was insured, but still it doesn't make sense. Why are we putting money in that? It doesn't make any sense to me. And of course, the $100 million in there for disaster relief. Where did they come up with the $100 million figure? Those people are doing without. Granted, that's a lot of money, but we don't trust this administration with a nickel, and we're going to give them $100 billion to play with for 30 days. And the president just now gave a billion to Ecuador. But nobody's really sure what that's about. And another billion, of course, went to Ukraine without our input. So anyway, it's just a CR. It's just a continuation of bad spending policies that Schumer and Pelosi. And the odd thing is, they got on the floor and said they were going to be against it. The Democrats were going to be against it, and a huge number voted for it. I'm not sure any of them even voted against it. And then, of course, all the Republicans jumped in. I just feel like we got played. It's just doesn't make any sense with them trashing it and then all voting for it. That makes you feel like something went wrong. Anyway, we'll keep fighting. The government stayed open, and hope everybody has a Merry Christmas.
I don't know. Elon keeps saying, I don't know why he keeps saying it, but he keeps saying that the media basically played a part in why this bill got cranked down. Basically, it got, cut down.
Because everybody was talking about how it was too long and all the things that were in it that people didn't like.
So yeah, maybe that's the reason.
Even the negative stuff that Elon got,
Oh, the Democrats were just saying so much dumb crap this morning.
Elon, the puppet master.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to what they said.
AOC ski.
They said Elon's the puppet master. He the true reaper.
Something that I think about also. So if a lot of Democrats, all Democrats voted for it, and they cut it down, that means they had to have we know they had some extreme stuff in there because they cut down some of the extremeness in there and they still voted for it. Isn't that crazy? Like,
I wouldn't say it still does though, because I don't think that many Republicans would have voted for it if it was as far as.
No. I meant Democrats. Did I say Republicans?
Well, you said Democrat. Well, you said.
I'm saying like, okay, they gave them that big ass stack of paper, right? And then they cut down some stuff, and then they I guess they still like some of the stuff that was in the small sheet and the stuff that
they as in
the Democrats. They still like some of the stuff and they voted for, or was it the Christmas that made them vote for it?
I think it was a little bit of the Christmas, but I also think they really did want the farmers to get paid, and probably some of the further left Democrats probably was for the, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see anything else about that one tweet is the only tweet I saw that said that the trans, all that money to trans. I think that was false. I didn't see nobody saying that, but it was money to.
Okay, so according to Gronk, I even looked it up. So the pay increase didn't happen, but they will increase it by 3.8 in 2025, which is not too bad. I guess.
Give them $6 more thousand. That's cool.
Go
get you a Honda.
You said give them $6 more thousand? No more $6 more thousand.
It's inflation, bro. That's how it goes. You gotta have a compromise to keep everybody happy, bro.
You gotta let them don't get no more money, man. That's like warning somebody that's doing bad.
Yeah, I'm keeping a lot of people on X.
Byron needs some more.
A lot of
people as a whole.
Byron and Wesley.
I mean, a lot of people on X are kind of upset about it, but let's see what CNN has to say right quick. I want to see what some of these people had to say right here.
There will not be a federal government shutdown. Give us your sense of how significant this is.
Well, look, I mean, this was yet one more example. We've lost track of how many recent examples there have been of spending bills. They come just to the brink of our government shutdown. But one thing that people know since the government shutdown of the first Trump administration, they are not good politics, particularly right before Christmas. This was something that obviously both sides viewed was not a good thing, but we learned a lot from the last 48 hours or so that will be instructive heading into the next year. One, Speaker Johnson, how weakened is he by all of this? We don't know quite yet. He's obviously hoping that some holiday charity perhaps steps in here and people forget some of this come January 3rd, but we'll see about that. But we also learned that Elon Musk is clearly much more influential than we even assumed. So look, as the Senate passes this evening, presumably, obviously they want to get out of town as well. We know that in the Trump era, it is going to be a challenge to govern. And the debt ceiling, we know why the president-elect wanted to get it out of the way now, but it is not. This is going to be a huge cloud and a challenge that's going to be awaiting him next year.
Once he's sworn in as president on January 20th, Kristen Holmes is with us. Kristen, earlier today, Trump posted this, and let me read what he posted. If there's going to be a shutdown of government, let it begin now under the Biden administration, not after January 20th under Trump. This is a Biden problem to solve, but if Republicans can help solve it, they will. What are you hearing right now of the reaction from inside the Trump camp?
Well, of course, Donald Trump and his allies want to pin this on the Biden administration, despite the fact that even Republicans have said publicly, some of them, that it was Donald Trump himself and Elon Musk who tanked this bill. They were expecting it to pass, and then he tweeted out that anyone who voted for it should be primaried. So the idea that this would fall on Biden, particularly when we haven't really seen Biden in the spotlight at all on this, it seems pretty far-fetched. But of course, this is Donald Trump trying to posture, trying to say that it's not going to fall on him. The one thing I do want to point out here, I think it's interesting, is I want to go back to what Jeff was saying about Speaker Johnson, because I really think this is going to be one of the most interesting dynamics here, particularly when it comes to Johnson, Trump, and Elon Musk. A few moments ago, Elon Musk seemingly was posting support of Johnson, saying the speaker did a good job with what he had. We know that usually what Elon has said in the past has come from Donald Trump, but then I got a text from a senior advisor essentially saying that this was Johnson's fault, not Donald Trump's fault, that Trump had mentioned that he wanted to deal with the debt ceiling early on, and that this was something that Johnson knew before putting forward this negotiated bill. The reason why that's interesting is that clearly they're throwing Johnson under the bus. So how this dynamic actually ends up playing out and where Trump's head is at, that'll be interesting to see as we go into the speaker's race.
A lot of questions.
Yeah, I was hearing that too. People were saying that basically Speaker Johnson, Donald Trump, and Elon played everybody basically, like just to help Trump, or just to help when Trump comes in. It's gonna be a good thing for Trump. This bill, basically.
That's what's good for America and good for Trump. Why is it a bad thing?
Because people are just upset because they're like, okay, first off, they still gave a raise to Congress people, but people are upset about that.
Wasn't much. I'm not sure.
Wasn't much. It was just a lot of reasons people were upset. I mean, people was just like, basically.
Did the farmers get paid?
Yeah. Farmers did get paid.
Farmers got paid. Debt ain't go up. No woke. No Ukraine. Did Ukraine get paid?
Let's look that up on Gronk.
It's gonna say yes. $1.1 billion.
That'd be a light check for them.
I know they got paid. Yeah, $45 billion, I think, to Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine's still getting some money for sure.
$45 billion?
Yeah. See, that's the problem. That's what some Republicans, probably the stubborn Republicans, was like, no, I don't give a damn. We not budging at all. We not bending the knee. Some Republicans was like, okay, look, they have some extreme stuff in that bill. At least we got some of the extreme stuff out of that bill. Let's not go on government
some stuff we may not love, but
let's compromise.
The main thing, yeah.
So that's why Vivek said what he said. The job is not done.
Because low-key, the Democrats won that bill if they all said yes, and none of them said no.
That's why I said. But that's why I'm still confused. I'm like, how? That's why I brought up the point. I was like, but how extreme is that first bill?
I don't want to make it too, like political polarization. Like if I believe that the things in the bill are good, then I'm for the bill. And I just want the farmers to get paid. I guess Ukraine, we're going to keep paying them anyway, so whatever. So I think Congressman Brock would have voted yes on this bill.
signs off to
would you have voted?
1.7 trillion.
Tay Glory.
Hold on. See,
Yay or nay?
Nancy,
Yay or nay on the bill?
she's one of the ones that ain't gonna bend that knee. This bill signs off on continuing the 1.7 trillion in Biden-Pelosi level spending from the last CR and involves no cuts, no accountability. Instead of single subject bills, we get handled. Yeah, she's saying it's basically a
But
train
David,
wreck.
bro, them farmers got to get paid, bro.
They do. The
So
American
you yay or
people
nay
are
on the
watching.
bill?
We can and we should do better. I mean, bro, I don't know exactly what's all in the bill. Like, you know,
Based
I
on what you know.
wouldn't want to go on government shutdown.
Based on what you know right now.
And I'm tired of the purple
And they
hair
brought the
lady
bill in
crying.
here, and they said, it's 3 of us, so we decide yay or nay on the bill.
If a vape hit me with the... You gotta sign it, bro. You gotta sign. Because, I mean, look, people are saying this is helpful for Trump. I mean, I'm trying to figure out... I guess it is because they're not... So that's probably what it is.
No
the
government
debt's not
shutdown.
going to continue. I mean, well, it is definitely going to continue
And
to
think,
go up.
how long could it
It's
have
definitely-
been shut down? Like, what if it was still shut down when Trump got into office? That would look bad.
It's definitely... The debt's still going to rise. But it was probably the
Yeah.
other bill. It was probably going to rise even
To me,
more.
the debt is not really a problem. Because who gonna
That's
come see about
inflation,
that?
though.
Yeah.
It's inflation,
Is it,
though. It is.
Government
Yes.
spending.
Yeah,
That's why it's like, you know...
Man, we need to tell them, man, I ain't gonna lie, on some Soprano shit, like, yeah, y'all gonna have to just come get that. And if you can't, we sorry.
Man, chill.
Hey, you know, this how I gotta go sometimes. All right, man, come get it.
They're going to team up and come get you.
Oh, you think?
The Biden weaponized the federal government. Okay, hold on. This is some whole different stuff. I ain't surprised that. They just gave, $1 billion to the Amazon rainforest. You seen that, Brock?
No.
Yeah.
But I'm for rainforest, man. I mean, if we gonna give 100 to Ukraine, we can spare one for the rainforest, but
Man, we
need-
can't just be
I like
giving- I'm
nature,
tired of-
bro.
we just giving out
Have you
money,
watched,
bro.
Watch Our Planet on Netflix?
Just give, now we just giving out
appreciation.
money because how niggas feeling it.
But we need nature, bro.
We want to watch the Amazon rainforest.
No, but we need nature, bro.
We're gonna-
It's God's earth.
We want to watch the Amazon rainforest
it's
on
God's
YouTube.
earth.
Somebody might throw the argument, you might as well give reparation now.
For what?
Everybody else getting money.
What they got to do with making sure the earth stay the earth?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They was trying to the Republicans didn't want something in the bill that has something to do with child cancer research or something
Republicans
like that,
did
bro. Yeah. I mean, they was trying to act like that. Who knows if that's true or not? But that was a big thing.
Republicans are marching America to a painful government shutdown that will crash the economy and hurt working class Americans because they would rather enact massive tax cuts for their billionaire donors than fund cancer research for children.
Yeah, it gets deep with the bills, y'all. You know, this is getting past my knowledge.
Yeah, it is pretty deep, guys. But I just know if
Vivek say yeah,
if
Vivek says yay, the Cartier family says yay as well.
This is what I'm saying. Somebody said, wait a second, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the same Congress that tells us that inflation has gotten better and that inflation is only what does it say?
Transitory.
And the economy is doing great. The 60,000 pay raise to deal with inflation. So yeah, that doesn't make sense.
See, it depends on what is the bill's actual goal. Was it for the farmers or was it for inflation? I guess was it for both?
It couldn't have been for inflation. It's a bunch of spending.
Yeah, but
So
maybe it was a step in the right direction towards inflation, man. If Vivek,
But Vivek said maybe that is. I mean, look, that was the compromise that was made. You know,
and Elon too. Did Elon say he liked it?
I mean, he didn't seem like he was pretty much upset about it. He probably
Mike Lowry.
He probably in Austin right now somewhere.
He would say if he was upset about it.
Yeah. He's not too upset about it, but you know, I'm gonna keep it 100. The American people is pretty upset about it right now.
Damn, bro.
They are.
Y'all tell
I'm
us
keep it
why in
100.
the comments, bro, because I don't know. You know, maybe I just don't know something.
Because they still got a pay raise.
Well, y'all know Rey Mysterio died today. Rest in peace, Rey Mysterio. No cap.
Damn, for real? Jasmine might have one of the dumbest tweets I've ever heard. Has anyone thought to inquire about how many pages Musk's budget is at his business and compare that to, say, a multi-billion-dollar budget that takes care, or multi-trillion-dollar budget that takes care of hundreds of millions of people versus the not even million people in the organization. Stop letting billionaires play you.
Well,
She basically saying his business is not as big as America's business, so he shouldn't have nothing to do, say so, in the budget.
Well, he's those.
We have to reduce federal spending. There's no way to make up for it other than reducing the federal spending. And as I mentioned earlier, like a very important point that I think is important for people to understand is that all federal spending is taxation, because what they don't receive, what the federal government doesn't receive in direct revenue, they make up for in inflation. They just print money. So all federal spending is taxation. Very important principle. Almost nobody, very few people seem to, even like, you know, somebody's like spend their life in economics, I'll mention to them, hey, all federal spending is taxation. They're like, first they'll argue with me and they're like, then they will agree. It is. Because it is either direct tax revenue or it is inflation. All federal spending is taxation. So we must reduce federal spending or we will go bankrupt as a country.
Department of Government Efficiency. Doge has a say-so, whether you like it or not. Maybe y'all should have got...
Look, AOC, Democrats alike can stop being so scared about what billionaire man-child thinks before they vote on anything around here.
Look what he said. He is trolling.
Oh, wokey.
Oh, you know that song, Brokey? Nigga start saying, wokey. That's funny.
The House
defies President-elect Elon Musk and passes the funding bill to keep government open. That's a sassy tweet.
We have to be clear. The bill on the left is what would have passed without Elon and our voices on X.
Man, I remember I realized how monumental it was when Elon bought X like a year ago. I was like, wow, that was actually that was a pinnacle moment.
Yeah, bro. I can't believe they were
American
trying to...
history. I'm not hold up, like,
it is. No,
real quick though. Like the kids will read about that in the textbooks.
They will.
That was an American history thing. Because that's the only free speech platform, and that exposed the censorship.
Bro, they kept saying that Republicans were trying to cut the cancer research, bro. That was insane. They tried to say, yeah, bro, that was insane. And they said we're literally not trying to do that.
Moral high ground.
Thomas Macy has won the House GOP leadership and is splitting the spending bill into smaller pieces. Each section will be voted on individually and allowed to pass or fail. Hey, I think I like that.
That's what happened, and it passed. They looped those into one and it passed. I wonder how Byron and Wesley voted and Major Reed. I would love to know. Is that public record, y'all? I feel like it should be public record, you know? I'm gonna see what Byron put on his Twitter.
See, bro, how people are stupid. After reviewing the bill passed by the House and Trump's reaction, I believe the Democrats got tricked into voting for this bill. But they all voted, you know?
All y'all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just a big question on X, guys. So, I mean, y'all let us know. Y'all, maybe we can. Some people saying, do you know what they need to do for the American people? Since we vote on this and we vote these people in this position, they need to read every single page on TV.
Yeah.
Why they don't do that?
They should definitely make them it is public record, but it's going to be too hard to find. Everyone should know who your congressman voted.
X should expose that immediately.
Well, they said it's public record.
I feel like Elon should allow it to be seen immediately.
Somebody said, I wish I had an understanding of the bill that passed. Why are Democrats happy? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I can't find it. I'll look later.
Yeah, guys. I mean, look. I mean, it's a get on X right now. It's a lot of arguing, a lot of stuff going on, man. People just trying to figure out, it's just good for the American people, man. So let us know what y'all think in comments. I mean, nobody really knows. I mean, we ain't go through the bill. That's the thing. Nobody knows.
Read the bill.
We know.
Trust. Hey, but if someone you trust endorses it, like Vivek said that, he cool with it, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, guys. Let us know what y'all think.